Bueno, ahora tenemos 3 mensajes especiales. Lamentablemente no pudimos tener mensajes en vivo, de 3 personas muy relevantes para Internet, pero nos han mandado un mensaje especial. El primero es del señor Vinton Cerf. Vinton Cerf ha sido, junto con otros colegas, el inventor del protocolo TCP/IP. Vinton es considerado el padre de Internet. Junto con otros colegas, cuando él era más joven, ahora ya tiene, creo que el otro día cumplió 80, 81 años, cuando era joven como ustedes, hizo un protocolo que cambió un poco la vida de todos nosotros. Si alguna vez visitan la Universidad de California, hay una sala, tengo algunas fotos por ahí, después si quieren se las comparto, hay una sala donde se envió el primer mensaje por internet, que iba a ser la palabra login y terminó en LO y se les cortó, o sea, alcanzaron a mandar 2 letras, pero ese es el día que se considera el primer día que funcionó internet. Hay un enrutador que parece una heladera, el tamaño que tiene, pero bueno, era el enrutador del momento. Y entonces esa es la sala que se considera que es el primer día. En 2019 fueron 50 años del primer día, el primer mensaje que se envió por internet, obviamente muy limitado, pocos nodos, pero fue el principio. Él con sus colegas, con Bob Kahn y otros colegas, inventaron el protocolo TCP/IP, que no es la www, que eso lo hizo después Tim Berners-Lee en el 90, pero la base de protocolos para la comunicación de las computadoras, de distintas redes de computadoras, que es como funciona Internet, fue la invención de Vint, y él mismo dice a veces que si se hubieran dado cuenta de lo que estaban haciendo, no los hubieran dejado. Ese es un mensaje que a mí me gusta mucho, porque a veces cuando uno hace algo muy disruptivo, hay otras personas que pueden no querer que eso suceda. Así que no se intimiden si alguna vez tienen una idea. Él también era joven con sus amigos en la universidad y nos cambió prácticamente la vida a todos. Así que lo podemos escuchar a Vint, gracias a Lucas, que puso subtítulos en español y en portugués. Gracias, Luqui. En el video, así que es más fácil no solamente escucharlo a él, sino leer.
Hello, my name is Vince Cerf. I'm Vice President and Chief Internet Evangelist at Google. Today, my topic is Internet governance, and not surprisingly, I hope you're interested. I'm in the middle of preparing for the annual Internet Governance Forum meeting in Kyoto, Japan. And I can tell you that there are a vast number of topics that are coming up. My understanding is some 800 proposals were received by the Multi-Stakeholder Advisory Group, which organizes the annual IGF meeting. Of course, we couldn't incorporate all of those proposals, but there are a lot of them. And the topics that I suspect you're looking at these days probably revolve around several major themes. The first one, of course, is bound to be artificial intelligence and machine learning and the side effects of misinformation and disinformation. The problem that we have is that the various media through which the users of the internet communicate operate at a scale well beyond anything we've ever seen before in terms of sources of information. In the past, there were small numbers of large media organizations. They had to get broadcasting licenses, or you had to pay a lot of money to be a publisher because you needed a lot of capital to build the equipment for printing and distribution. So those days are long past now because the internet and the World Wide Web offer platforms for literally billions of people to express their views and to make them accessible to the other billions of people that are online. The problem of scale is really, I won't say insurmountable, but it's hard. At YouTube, for example, I'm told that some 400 or more hours per minute are uploaded, a video per minute are uploaded into the system. What that suggests to me is that manual means for intervening, curating, validating, or otherwise filtering the input is simply not feasible. And so people keep looking for automated methods for flagging and filtering. And of course, machine learning has turned out to be a very popular potential for that mechanism. However, we've also learned that these tools are not perfect either. And in fact, on the generative side, people have been talking about hallucinating artificial intelligences that conflate facts and turn them into counterfactual content. So the internet governance world is fraught with attempts by legislators and regulators to introduce constraints on bad behavior or to introduce mechanisms for holding parties accountable for their harmful behaviors online. Today, there is considerable discussion between governments about the possibility of cybercrime agreements on an international multilateral basis to assist each other in holding parties accountable for their bad behavior on the internet. And those mechanisms, I think, are quite needed because the victims can be in one jurisdiction and the perpetrators in another. That does require cooperation. But it also requires agreement as to what's a cybercrime. It's very tempting to label any crime that you could undertake using computers to be a cybercrime. But there are many crimes for which we already have legal constraints. Fraud, for example, can be committed face-to-face, over the phone, through postal mail, as well as email. And it doesn't seem appropriate to expand the definition of cybercrime to deal with crimes for which we already have a fairly elaborate legal system. So the crimes that could only be committed using information and communication technology seems to be the narrower and more appropriate definition. Well, this is the source of a great deal of debate that's currently ongoing and which will emerge over time. As some of you will know, the UN Secretary General has also pushed an idea for global digital cooperation, looking for a compact that we could incorporate, into which we could incorporate various and sundry norms, possibly even legal agreements. And I think this is, generally speaking, a good idea. We will need these sorts of multilateral agreements in order to make the internet a safer place. At the same time, I think it's vitally important that all voices be heard, that multi-stakeholder mechanisms be used to formulate policy out of which one would expect such a compact to emerge. I hope that you're studying those things and that you're also contributing to them. I certainly look forward to the outcomes of the IGF meetings in Kyoto and your contributions to the discussion. Meanwhile, see you on the net.
Habla del Global Digital Compact, habla del IGF, y de hecho el documento que hagamos lo vamos a llevar al IGF en 2 sesiones que tenemos, donde va a estar Mark. ¿Dónde estás, Mark? Allá va a estar Mark con nosotros, va a estar Claudio, Adrián y Eu.